Hi, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. There is nothing you can talk to me about that I don't already know.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Con Ulrich coming to you with another episode of Evil Genius, the game where you get to kill James Bond. Or at least a suitable facsimile of him that's not covered by any copyrighted restrictions. When last we left each other, we were in the middle, really, of covering the first initial points of our evil base that was establishing barracks and, cover operations, sort of. And kind of getting things on kind of all together. So, I'm just going to jump right back into it. We are also in the middle of a power crisis. It means that if we go any higher, everything in our base that needs power is going to turn off. So we're doing some little things like, making a power facility. In the meantime, to get some money, we have some people out in the world. Apparently I need more. Yes, I do. I need more control panels, so that way I can understand and actually get the information from this particular community. But in the meantime, I have some people going out to some higher money and somewhat slightly less worrying heat areas. Because Lord knows me needs cash. But I guess you know what? I will add another control panel.
Object has been ordered.
What will probably end up happening is I will probably end up making a barracks again back over here. But I'm thinking before that I need to make an armory. And what does an armory do? Well, an armory goes and allows you to put a place where you can go.
Minions will defend your base far more effectively if you set up security.
Not sure why it just gave me surveillance instead, but an armory will give me a place to interrogate any people that I want to interrogate in my given little world over here. I'm gonna move this just a touch.
Object will be moved shortly.
Alright, cool. Now what I should be able to do is I should be able to build a nice big armory. That will allow me to both access my control room as well as
Room
keep it in the hallway.
construction underway. Object purchase order confirmed.
And I think you'll see
Has been ordered.
while I do that in a little bit.
Room construction unpaused.
Unfortunately, this does mean that we need more individuals to do this, and we're going to be losing a little bit of information right now. But the good news is, we should make a nice tidy profit every minute or so. Not fantastic, but a tidy one should be okay. If you see me keep checking over here, I want to make sure that I don't lose anybody. But after our power facility gets up and running, we shouldn't have the same kind of issue anymore. I'm not sure what I'll turn this into up here. Maybe I'll just make this entirely beds or something like that. Maybe we'll just get rid of it altogether. Either way. In the meantime, I'm going to bulldoze this room.
Room demolition imminent.
While you
Backup
cannot...
power drained. All power
Yep, there we
consuming
go.
objects offline.
In a second, this is not going to matter. We'll have a nice brand new power station. Hey, let's go, guys. Come on.
Object
I'm sorry.
room
I
order confirmed.
unfortunately put this so that way you couldn't actually fit everyone. Get people out of the way. So what I'm just forced to do is just reset things. When you're running around screaming, that basically means, oh my gosh, we can't get out, we're gonna die.
Nice.
It happens. Minions will die in this particular setup. It's just a way of life. Should put another door in over here. Maybe not. This will allow us to actually start imprisoning people. And that is definitely a bonus. And you'll see why in just a moment. We're starting to get people back on this awesome little setup right now. So you can see we're starting to get the information back for the area. For all of our areas, really. I think I need some more people, too. But not going to fit too well. Oh, I'm sorry, you see this little haha that's kind of crossed out right now? When you have a unfortunately captured individual, the evil genius gets the opportunity to torment them, and in so doing, gain yourself a small bit of notoriety, which right now we're pathetically harmless. Just to give you an idea of some of the stuff that we have to do here. A lot of this stuff is kind of tongue-in-cheek. This entire game really is tongue-in-cheek. So, for example, Anvil is a new patrol system, and using fishing boats to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually feed sonar beacons into the dolphins in the area, and basically drive them crazy. This right here is the amount of heat that gets generated within the area, and this is the amount of notoriety that you get. What heat will do is heat will actually send stronger and stronger agents to your islands. Something that I cannot, unfortunately, really show you too much at the second. Let's see. Nope, I cannot. That's okay. Just give you an idea of here's Alexis. That's what her thing is. Alexis, your loyalty train rates can be reduced, so every now and again you will lose some people. They'll just get tired of working for you, and they will just try to leave. There are ways around it, but under Alex, the rate at which they lose all of their loyalty is much less rapid, which, trust me, is pretty positive. This is the maid that we were talking about before that we actually had to do something with. We can either ignore her, kill her, capture her, or weaken. Weakening right now we can't do because we don't have any social minions, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that once we start getting them. What I will say is tell them to capture her. So, soon, when one of my characters, one of my little minions, sees Soraya Rubio over there, she will decide to capture her, which, as anybody who has an evil plan will know, is an entirely preferable operation to letting your enemies wander around. Alright, I think what I'm going to do with this is actually I'm going to just put a bunch of bunk beds and shift them over here.
Room construction unpaused.
I put this entire area up here just going to be for lockers. Minions never go to lockers, which makes things decently easy and just allows you to boost your numbers pretty quickly. And later on, if you start getting more and more important things like loot, our poor maid has been captured by the enemy, i.e. us. You'll see here she'll get tossed over here in the holding cell. Actually, now that I think about it, we will soon get the opportunity to have an interrogation chair, which is pretty awesome, I must say. But I'm sorry. Lockers, this entire front area. Minions never go into lockers, so what I might do is just make this entire area basically blank and have absolutely nothing really scary in it at all. And I put beds all over in here, so minions have places to sleep, to relax, and I'll have opportunities and places to put loot as I get them. Loot, as you'll find out, is a very, very important thing to get, for kind of obvious reasons.
Depot now stocks new object. Check objective screen for new goals.
So, the maid can do important things for us. In this particular case, she will talk.
Object purchase order confirmed.
Just to give you an idea, I guess she can't laugh at them just yet. Alright. Civilian in the first place, not too much of a great shake. She's kind of like, okay, whatever, cool. Gonna check on our loyal people out in the field still. Still 3 here. Still 5 and 1? Yeah, 5 and 1 here. Eli, by the way, does pretty darn good when he's stealing money. And you'll see that that's kind of important for forward. Each of the initial evil geniuses gets a different minion. Our maid over there is kind of freaking out a little bit. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do for her. Wahaha. Maximilian gets Jubai, the Master Swordsman. And Shen Yu gets Lord Kane. Out of the starting minions, personally, I'm more a fan of Eli, because Eli actually has some utility early on, but later on you'll see me try to pick up Lord Kane, and that'll happen as we go forward. But as soon as this chair gets put in, rather, we will see everything kind of not come to a head, but some more important things will start happening.
Object move order confirmed. Object will be moved shortly.
Jeez, I just keep picking this up the same bed.
Object move order confirmed.
Yes, I do.
Object will be moved shortly. Object move order confirmed. Object will be moved shortly. Object move order confirmed.
And honestly, this makes it a little easier for our minions to kind of just make the small transition between the control room, through the armory, and over here. I'm not going to say that my base is laid out extremely well. Like I said to you before, it's been a little bit of time since I played this game.
Object has been ordered.
So I don't expect to have the best layout in the
All
world.
construction workers are busy at the present time. Object purchase delayed.
And this little guy over here, he's not feeling too well.
New objects are available for purchase.
Hotel Hub.
New room blueprints now available.
The Hotel Hub is a cover operation you can do, so that way it gives the forces of good kind of the wrong idea about things. As you can see, the holding cell gives us 3 different options. We can free a prisoner, which is a great idea if there weren't going to be bad stuff the second you get out. Kill, which is not going to give us a whole lot of utility, or you can send the prisoner to an interrogation device.
Confirmed. Awaiting interrogation device selection.
Going forward, you'll see some really kind of funny interrogation styles that may not be too much fun for other individuals, but under the circumstances, they're actually rather humorous. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I'm going to have you watch this, because I kind of find this particular part funny. You want a cigarette? You want a cigarette? None for you. Only me. This is called a knowledge transfer right now. And anything disturbing, of course, has to include Michael Jackson. You'll see him do the whole little lean thing in a second. Luckily, to be part of my evil organization, you must have the ability to dance well. And what's good interrogation without gloating? Get up, you maggot. Unfortunately, it's too much for her. And that, my dear, is how valets are made.
New objects. New rooms are available for construction.
So,
Objective complete.
this is going to be something a little bit more important. We've already expanded now. We're done with all of the first objectives. We have nothing optional to do. The next thing we need to do is prove to everybody else that we're awesome. And the only way to do that is to impress each one in a different way. I'll start making a security office in a little bit. That's not so much important to me right this second. I forget how to train at this point. Ah, training room, that's how we do it. So now we have a ton of new options and new things to do. One of the first things we'll probably have to do is boost our capacity for minions a heck of a lot more than what we already are. And to do so, we will need a training room, I suppose. I was really hoping to kind of delay building it a little bit more. Especially since I'm not going to get too much utilization out of space on it. That's my own silly fault. I screwed that up.
Room construction underway.
So, these are the training devices for the first level of individuals. We're going to put... I think just for now, we're going to put...
Object purchase order confirmed.
2 school desks in there. What else I think we'll do is we'll probably stick a staff room over here.
New room build order confirmed.
Because I don't want people to get too ticked off at me, you know. And I do care about my minions' happiness, just not that much.
Object has been ordered. Object purchase order confirmed.
You'll see going forward that there are much more impressive things
Room
to go in all these
construction
particular areas.
paused.
Surprisingly enough, we actually haven't really ticked off any of the forces of good yet, so we're not going to have to worry about anybody coming into our island. That'll become a problem soon enough, but just thankfully just not yet. Maybe we'll put a couple more lockers in here after all.
Object has been ordered. Object purchase order confirmed.
One more bunk bed.
Object has been ordered.
Ah, our first agent of good. So here's how the agents of good work. Each one has a specific way of approaching a situation. Investigators, literally all they do is just run around trying to investigate things. If they see things like... Not briefcase rack, that's a bad example. Control panels, holding cells, things like that, they will take pictures of it, and if they escape, they will raise your heat with the forces of good out in the world, which means they'll start sending more and more intelligent people to bother me. I have a couple ways around that. One is by killing them and capturing them, which is good, don't get me wrong. But they're creating body bags, and eventually the body bags take forever, it seems, to actually decay. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to weaken him.
Intruder tagged for psychological weakening.
And weakening is something that's done with by anybody who's a who's a social minion. So that'll be valets, it'll be spin doctors, it'll be individuals like that. Oof, now I'm thinking about it. Let's put a security camera in. And the reason behind that will be a little bit more important as we go forward. Trying to get as much utility as possible out of these particular things like loudspeakers.
Object has been ordered.
Ideally, I'd like just to weaken him so that way he doesn't interfere with my nefarious schemes. But there'll be a way for him to do it. He'll find a way to
Object
be a
purchase
pain.
order confirmed.
Ah, cool. Here's an example right now of a valet in action. A valet now has gone and taken away part of his attention. What's he going to do over here now?
Hostile presence detected in
Not a big deal. But now that we have... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I kind of got distracted on that one for a second. Psychological weakening takes away from their attention. Once they go down to 0, they're just kind of standing there looking like an idiot. Barely moving, not doing anything, just kind of walking around. And the idea is to eventually get them to go away from the island without seeing anything. And now that they see things like, hey, look, here's a door, they're going to try to break through, which I am not going to enjoy. In fact, it'll take me off something fierce. Security cameras, by the way, and loudspeakers will send out warnings if I ever have an issue with someone coming in. They will alert my troops to take care of them. As I continue to kill time. Now, of course, with my minions doing something stupid like, I don't know, letting him in.
I'm sorry, thank you very much. Why'd you bring a cop into my command center?
I think what I'll do instead now is I'll just capture him. My brave minion's going to try to take him on. This little red disc, by the way, if it fills up the entire way, he's going to try to take his ill-gotten ideas, his ill-gotten evidence, supposedly, against me, and take it someplace else. Awesome. I do need a lot more.
Cannot accommodate this many minions.
Need more minions. For the time being, though, we're coming up right about 20 minutes right now, so what I'm going to do is I am going to stop this next episode right here, and when we come back, I will interrogate this pathetic little man. I will also start actually doing missions. Like I said, we're just trying to build up some resources in the first place, but as I bring in these extra new people, and I'll speed it up right now. I'll even make myself poor, so that way you guys can see something a little bit quicker. Cool, so now I have some more people. I'll start sending people out to do some of these missions. It's going to bring some heat on us, but you know what? That's kind of necessary after a while. Over here. Here's an example right now of we're going to start losing people if we keep people here. This is a justice agent. If you continue to have your people work while their agent's there, you will start actually losing people. You will never lose henchmen. They'll just they'll get sent back to your island and nothing will matter there. But you'll lose the rank and file, and right now I cannot afford to do that. So I'll wait for these guys to get out of the way, and then I'll be able to just kind of send people back in again. Actually, I'll just send them over here and hedge my bets. Once you guys are out in the world, it's so much easier for them to get around. I'll take a lot more heat from Smash for the moment, but I think I'm okay with that. Alright, like I said, I am going to... Fantastic. I am going to save for now. And when we get back, I will start handling a lot more of those missions for you. So, for the time being, this is Con Ulrich signing off. Take it easy, everybody.